everyone. This is the Sun Woman. I just want to take a moment to wish you a happy new year. I hope that everyone entered into 2016 with peace and harmony in their lives. I want to thank everyone who has subscribed, shared, and liked my videos, and for those who have commented, and I've been in contact with some wonderful people. I thank you so much for taking a moment to send me a lovely message, ask questions, or make some really interesting observations. It's a blessing for me to communicate with you all. Again, want to welcome you into the new year, and this is going to be an interesting month. We have Mercury retrograde, and you know, I'm sure everyone is familiar on some level with Mercury retrograde. Well, what does that mean? Well, Mercury doesn't actually move backwards, okay? If you are a stargazer in any way and you look through a telescope, it would appear when you see the planet Mercury, it would appear that it is moving backward. And this is actually the same movement that the ancient astrologers perceived thousands of years ago. What it really means is that because Mercury is the planet that's situated closest to the Sun, its orbit is much smaller, much shorter than the Earth. So about 3 or 4 times a year, Mercury speeds past Earth, and that's when we experience a Mercury retrograde period. Mercury is the planet in astrology that rules communication, that includes listening and speaking, learning, reading, editing, negotiating. Mercury also rules all forms of contracts and agreements, any important documents such as book manuscripts or contracts, deeds, leases. Computers are under Mercury's rulership, as well as transportation and travel. So when this planet goes retrograde, it really affects us all. It's not just a planetary aspect that may affect individual charts in a certain way. Mercury is a planet that is going to have an effect over all of us in our human endeavors. So it's an interesting period of time. Again, it happens 4 times a year. Now, what's fascinating for me is that, you know, we did start a new year with 2016 chronologically, but in some ways, I feel like the year is not really starting off until February, really, when Mercury goes back forward at the end of January. So Mercury is retrograde from January 5th in the sign of Aquarius. Then it's going to move backwards through Capricorn on the 8th of January and stay in Capricorn in its retrograde movement until it starts moving forward again at the end of January around the 25th. So really, what do we do during Mercury retrograde? Well, it's a good time for anything, reviewing, rewinding, renewal, revising, reversing in some way. It's a good time to look over what area of your life that Mercury is going retrograde in, and you know that by finding out where Capricorn, the sign of Capricorn, is in your chart. That's where the most influence is going to be this month. So you may find delays in that area. You may find some types of miscommunication, or you may be going back to the drawing board in some way to review your position or review a project or renegotiate something, okay? So we don't want to sign on the dotted line when Mercury is retrograde because things are kind of up in the air. The energy is very fluid, and you want to wait until Mercury goes forward before you really make a strong commitment to something. Again, signing contracts, purchasing a house, starting a new job or accepting a new job, hiring if you're a hiring manager, because what will happen is if you sign for something, or if you start something new during the Mercury retrograde period, you're going to find when Mercury goes forward that maybe there was a piece of information missing from what you had that might have made you make different decisions or go in a different direction, or people may be changing their mind through the whole Mercury retrograde period, so nothing is really going to settle until Mercury goes forward, okay? So just a little information there about Mercury Mercury retrograde, which is going to be the main planetary aspect this month for all of us. And what I'm going to go ahead and do is the individual tarot readings for each of the signs, just keeping in mind where Mercury is retrograde. And again, that is in Capricorn. Also, there is a new moon in Capricorn on January 9th, and that moon in Capricorn is going to be a cycle from January 9th until February 8th. So that is also, again, strong Capricorn energy as well. So we have the Mercury retrograde, Aquarius, and Capricorn. We've got a new moon in Capricorn. A lot of activity wherever Capricorn is falling in your chart. So let's go ahead and do those readings, and then I'm going to throw a oracle card at the end just to get a final message from Spirit for this month. So thank you again for all of those of you who have subscribed, and I again appreciate your time and your energy, and looking forward to meeting more of you and communicating with more people in the new year. Thank you so much. Hello, dear Libras. This new moon in Capricorn is going to be highlighting your 4th house of home, family, and foundations. So this is really going to be a time where you're invited to root yourself down, okay? It's an invitation for you to uproot anything that is a weed in your life that is, you know, strangling your ability to feel secure. Anything, you know, it's your focus on the legacy that your family has gifted you, but also finding your own way in the world, okay, where you feel secure within your own skin. It's really a time where you can revitalize you know, what you have built your life upon, the soil that you've built your life upon, whatever that soil is. So any sense of not belonging that you've had in your life, any sense of not having a home base, you know, anything where you feel like the story that your parents have told, you know, it's part of who you are, but you need to create your own story. This is that time to do that. So you honor what is a part of you, a part of your DNA, a part of your history, but you also find a way to create your own home within yourself, within your physical environment. You may need to replant yourself somewhere far away from where you grew up or where you were born. You may need to revisit your parents and have those conversations about family. If your parents are no longer with you, you may need to do what's necessary to reparent yourself, okay? You know, it meaning to take care of yourself, to love yourself in an unconditional way, like our parents are gifted to do for us, okay? And find yourself and find your home wherever that may be in this world and in your heart. All right, so again, you know, you may be facing things that you have to deal with in relation to your parents, siblings, an actual physical home, so the house that you live in or the apartment that you live in, you know, there may be a need to review things, review a lease, review or rework plans for building that, you know, you may have had, or renovation. This is a good time for picking up a project at home that you previously let go. If you had plans to work from home, this may be the time for you to start reworking those plans and then bring all of that out into the open with the full energy of Mercury when it goes forward at the end of the month. All right? So let's go ahead and lay 7 cards down for you, Libra, and let's just see what the message is for Libra for this new moon cycle in Capricorn, January 9th through February 7th. New moon cycle in Capricorn for my Libras. Okay. In the past, we have the Knight of Swords reversed. In the present, the King of Cups. we have the Ace of Wands reversed in the near future. In the crowning position, which is also the advice card, we have Strength reversed. We have Judgment reversed in the external influences, the Three of Swords in your hopes or fears area, and we have the King of Wands in the potential outcome reversed. And at the base of the deck, we have the Death card reversed. Okay. Let's see. So for my Libras, what are the messages for Libra for this month? Well, we have the Knight of Swords, which is the influence on you coming out of the previous month and into this new month cycle. And I feel like there's someone in your life with whom you've really been butting heads. Someone who you have had a great deal of conflict. And I feel like this is a theme that's been carrying over a few months for my Libras. So, you know, you're in the position now where you are, I feel, getting to the point where it's enough. Okay, you're really getting to the point of now you need to find a new way, do something different. The old cycle and the old way of doing things related to someone in your life is no longer working for you, is no longer healthy for you. This could be someone of an air sign, which would be Libra, Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. Okay, and I really feel that even though this is an air sign card and we're talking about you as Libra, I feel that this is someone else in your life with this energy. Someone who can be very selfish, very combative, very argumentative, who only sees his or her own point, who's very rooted in their own psychological mess on some level, all right? And so because they are unable to release themselves from their own psychological baggage or drama that they may be going through, you know, they're just stuck. And this is an influence that you've been having to deal with, and you're coming out of this last month cycle with that energy strong. Now, what are you coming to into this cycle in New Moon in Capricorn? Well, we have the King of Cups here. So the King of Cups represents someone in your life who is possibly of a water sign energy. This could be Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. The King of Cups is a very creative king. It could be a musician, someone in the arts, an artist, a writer, poet, dancer, or someone who is involved in, you know, in those creative endeavors, who has a cup of love to offer you. Now, this could also not just be a partner or a romantic influence, but I feel because this highlight is in your 4th house, it could be a father figure for you. I'm feeling strongly that this is actually a father figure. It could be your biological father or someone who plays that type of role in your life, or who has that kind of energy, who can be of great benefit for you in making changes in your home life or the your immediate environment. Okay, so again, maybe there has been a great deal of conflict with someone in your life who you are living with or who is related to you in some way, and that there is help available for you from this particular King of Cups energy, which could also be represent a woman in your life as well. It's just a strong energy where perhaps the masculine energy is at the forefront, but who has something new for you. Now, this could be an offer for a new living situation. It could be a new roommate. You could be moving back home with parents. You could be leaving this person who's caused you a great deal of difficulty, and you could be going back home to live, in a family home, or with your parents. Or again, this could be someone who is coming into your immediate environment, in your home environment, who is going to improve things considerably for you. This is a wise person, very sensitive, very emotionally in tune, very strong intuition, very fair in his judgments, and who is of a gentle character, of a gentle heart, okay? Who again has love to offer you in some way. Now, in the near future, the Ace of Wands is there. In the reverse position. So, you know, it's interesting for me that this Ace of Wands is here. This is a wand baton. And in the King of Cups card, you can see that this king is also holding this wand. This wand that he has actually has butterflies on it. But it, you know, it is very reminiscent of this Ace of Wands energy here, and I feel that this is another good omen of newness coming into your life, of a new project, a new situation, a new beginning. So very possibly a new beginning coming up in your home situation. Again, it could be an offer for a new living, an opportunity for a new living situation. I feel that the Ace of Wands is reversed only because the timing may not be right yet, okay? And with this Ace of Cups coming up in the future, it's very possible that you might want to wait until after the Mercury retrograde moves forward before you make any decisions in that aspect, okay? So if you're feeling that you may want to take your time before you act on any offers or any opportunities for a new home or living situation, it's okay, because with this Mercury retrograde energy, you're being called upon to review things carefully, to plan right now, to, you know, see what the potentials are, but not to make a commitment yet, because things are still, the energy is still unstable and will be that way until Mercury goes forward at the end of the month. And at that time, when Mercury does go forward, it will be going forward in your 4th house. So if there is an offer or a potential for moving into a new living situation, for moving in with someone, or gaining a new roommate, or you know, the potential of living together with someone that you are involved with, the aspects will be much better, much stronger when Mercury goes forward to actually act on that. So definitely opportunity coming through, timing not exactly right yet, but it's coming up for you. So now, crowning the position, in the crowning position here, we have the Strength card reversed. And I feel like, you know, the Strength card is showing up as your advice card. And you're being asked to make a commitment here. I feel that you're being asked to strengthen your commitment, strengthen your resolve. You know, if you've been through some wear and tear, some conflict, difficulties with a difficult person in your life, you may be feeling worn down at this point. You may be feeling like you don't have the energy, like you don't have the strength to continue. But you have that strength. That's what this card is saying. You just have to find a way to rejuvenate your spirit, to renew yourself, to take some time out, to get away perhaps from whatever this influence is, to heal yourself from whatever you've been dealing with or going through, because the strength, you have the internal strength to change your situation, but you may not be exercising it because you may be caught up in a way of doing things that no longer serves you, okay? So keep in mind that the Strength card is not about aggression. It's not about overpowering a person or a situation. The Strength card is about subtle power and subtle influence. On the Strength card, you have this beautiful woman who is gently stroking this lion. She is soothing him. She is encouraging him in a gentle way. She's not pushing him. She is using her powers of persuasion, okay, to influence this wild beast. So it's very possible that while you are making your plans to either move or to change your home situation or to join forces with someone else, if you are still dealing with this difficult energy, if you're still dealing with someone who is in a combative or is in conflict with you in your environment, the advice for you is to not try to meet fire with fire, not try to combat that energy with equal energy, because that's not going to lead to anything constructive. It's only going to fan the flames. You're being advised here to deal with this person in a persuasive way, in a gentle way, if you can conjure that that mode of expression. Maybe turning the other cheek, maybe walking away from a conflict instead of allowing yourself to feed into it or to be goaded into it. Just going for a walk, ignoring taunting if that's what's going on in your life. If you are in a situation where you are in any way in danger for harm, for bodily harm, you or any loved one, then you have got to find a safe place to be. You've got to find supportive people who will be there for you, who will help you. If it's a situation where you are in any type of danger or abuse, you get out of that situation. There's no question, there's no doubt, that is what you must do. And then you get into an environment where you are secure, and then you can make decisions from there in a protective environment, okay? So I just want to say that. But if it is a situation where, it is just kind of a test of wills and it is an argumentative situation, you might want to review the way that you are responding to someone in your life and adjust your way of dealing with that person in order to not fan the flames until you are in a position of strength where you can move, go where you've got to go, make the changes in your home environment, and find your own feeling of being at home in your own home. Okay, Libra? Now, in the area that rules or that is covering other people in your life, here's this Judgment card reversed. And I feel that, you are dealing with someone who does not have good judgment. Who refuses to wake up from something that they are stuck in. This could be an old way of thinking, old resentments, old hurts. You may be on the receiving end of something that isn't yours, okay? That may be about someone else that this person has dealt with, but you are getting the residue of that. So this is someone who really does not want to, or does not have the ability to awaken themselves or to hear that call to wake up from the thought process, the emotional baggage that is causing them to cause such stress in their own life and in your life as well, okay? And they're not hearing that call to evolve, to wake up. Now, the Three of Swords is in your hopes and fears area. Three of Swords is a difficult card. Now, this is not a card that signifies an ending. It can, but it's coming up in your fears area. So what I feel like is that you may be afraid of separating from someone. You may be afraid of walking away. You may be afraid of a breakup. You know, you may not know what you're going to do after that happens. But there again, as I said, the King of Cups is here, and so there is someone here that is offering you assistance. So whatever your fears are, don't allow yourself to put faith in something that you don't see, or perhaps be afraid of an ending that is a necessary ending for you to move on to something better and beautiful in your life that is now being offered to you, okay? And in the potential outcome, we have the King of Wands reversed. King of Wands reversed, well, this is in a fire sign energy. This could be Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. Interesting to me that you received the Strength card, which is that Leo card reversed, and here we are with a fire sign card that could represent a Leo. So there could be a Leo energy that is causing you the stress and strain in your life right now. This King of Wands, well, he's reversed in the future, in your potential outcome here, which means for me that this is someone who may not be ready to change. Okay, who may not have the ability to change, who is so caught up in his own mind and in his own passions and his own thought process that he's not able to extricate himself from that. And again, coming next to that Three of Swords, there may be a need for you to make the break from this person in your life in order to move forward. Now, interestingly enough, we have the Death card reversed here at the base of the deck. And for me, this card represents being stagnant, okay? Not feeling like you are not able to move forward. We've got to find a way, Libra, for you to now reverse this and allow this tremendous change and transformation in your life to happen, okay? That Strength card is also saying to me, you know, it's right below the Death card here, so it's saying that you've got to use this amazing amount of strength that you have. Especially being an air sign, you have intellectual power, you have the power of reasoning, you have the ability to balance your scales. Your scales are off balance right now, and definitely because of influences external to you. But it's time now for you to rebalance yourself and to allow this transformation to take place in your life that's going to give you a new outlook on life, a new lease on life, a new life in general, okay? I'm being called to pull a card from the deck here, and just to read on top of the Death card here. And what I pulled is the Four of Cups reverse. So the Four of Cups, I mean, that says it to me right there. In the traditional Rider-Waite deck, you have a person who is sitting under a tree or by a river, and this person is so deep in their own thoughts that they are unable to see the blessing of a cup that is being offered to them out of a cloud from heaven. There are 3 other cups on the ground near them. Maybe 1 or 2 are spilled, or they may be upright, but they're not looking at these cups, and they're definitely not looking at the gift of love that's being offered to them out of the clouds as a blessing from the heavens. So for me, this Four of Cups is the answer. You have to be willing now to accept love into your life, and that is how you are going to be able to change the situation that you're dealing with right now. Again, this could be the help of a paternal figure, or it could be a new a romantic partner in your life that's coming in, that you have met someone who is very wise, who is very emotionally balanced, who will be able to help you rebalance yourself and very likely present you with the opportunity to remove yourself from a situation that you no longer feel at home in. All right, Libra. So definitely be strong, my Libras. You know, transformation and a new life is waiting for you. That Death card is right there, and it's asking you only to be strong and to allow yourself to welcome in the blessings that are being offered to you. Two cards popped out here, and I'm actually going to receive those for you, Libra. And what I have here are is the first card, Flexible, and the second card, Unfinished Symphony. All right, so for me, the messages here are very clear. There is something in your life now that you need to finish, okay? There is some work, some connection, some relationship that needs to be wrapped up so that you can move on to something bigger and greater in your life, all right? And that's what's being shown by that number 10 card, Unfinished Symphony. The key words for that card, well, you are being asked to wrap up unfinished business, to accept a lesson and let a lesson be completed that you are being asked to recognize. You feeling a lack of closure, and there's a need to create closure in your life, okay? A time to tie up loose ends as you near the completion of a cycle or a project or a lesson. Before you can move forward, it's important that you come to terms with where you are now. Take inventory so that emotional and psychological closure can occur, and answers you seek will be found. You can't move forward if you're leaving things unfinished, Libra. Reflect on what has passed so that the symphony can finally end on a high note. And then this next card, Flexible, number 19. The Flexible card, you're being asked to be flexible in your choices that you're going to be making, okay? The essential meaning for that is being open-minded, being adaptable without compromising what's most important to you. A tree's roots are solidly planted in the ground, says the oracle, yet its branches can bend in a hurricane. Have you been living in a hurricane, Libra? Many of my Libras have. I know that. But whereas a rigid structure like a building would come crashing down, you have that flexibility here to bend with the storm. Consider how the tree remains supple and secure when everything around it may be in shambles. This is how you need to be now, willing to learn new things, teachable, malleable, yet firmly grounded in who you are. Common sense is important, but so is an open mind. So stay curious, stay open, stay aware. At this time, others will be more flexible with you too. All right, so again, very strong messages there for you, Libra. I felt the need to pull a few extra cards. I hope my other signs don't mind that, but you know, when the Spirit moves you to do something, you have to kind of allow it to flow through. So a powerful message there for you, Libra. New life is in the offing for you, being offered to you. New beginnings are there for you for the taking. You must, however, in this Mercury retrograde period, tie up loose ends, tie up unfinished business, and remain flexible so that you can move, you know, like a ballerina or like a gymnast into this next phase of your life. Wonderful message here, my Libras. Thank you so much for your time. If you are interested in a more personal reading, please click on the link in the information box below my video, or you can click on the link in the banner on my page, my home page there on YouTube. Thank you again. I wish you blessings and peace. Namaste.